real. It did actually happen. I've just taken an edited, sped up version of time. Graffiti is an idea I kind of had for a while. It's something I always wanted in my head. I kind of wanted to revisit my wall painting and do something a bit different. I came up with the idea of painting them several times to give it this extra element, this extra push, this extra life that didn't exist in a static painting. I had said, I really want to do this, let's try it. And I think the people I was with thought I was a bit crazy at the time. I was like, no, we'll paint a bit, we'll take a photo, we'll paint a bit more, we'll take a photo. And I was very clear in saying, as long as we get the last frame to link to the first frame, then it should loop. A real joy to me is the kind of the handmade element. You know, the digital outcome comes from a handcrafted thing. Could all be done on the computer, but that's not what it's about. It's about having an element of kind of human endeavour, like human effort. The big Brazil satellite painting, Space Graffiti, is about time and an illustration of our time passing on Earth. Each layer took 24 hours to do. There's only 4 frames painted. We had the time it took the Earth to rotate before it's under the camera again. We were even given to like the millisecond what time the picture was taken each morning. It's like you've caught this moment of time and it's kind of existing forever. But then there's also the graffiti ego. Can I go bigger? Can I go bigger? Can I do a painting so big that you see it from outer space? I kind of painted the crack in the ground because what I thought we were doing was quite groundbreaking. So I wanted to illustrate that literally by painting it look like the ground was broken and there was a painting underneath. There was an inner core to the earth that was revealed. The ultimate outcome for the GIF was the internet. Like I was producing something that just existed. It couldn't be held or bought or sold. This one I kind of did for other painters to appreciate, because if you imagine that's 8 drawings of a skull, not only is the skull revolving, but it's transparent, so you know that the backgrounds had to change behind the skull in order to paint the fresh skull on top. Like, I just wanted other painters to realise that there are no shortcuts. There's the static painting that people see in the street, but then it looks better in its online version, just like everybody's life. The first loading one I did, I was actually out in Africa, in Gambia, and I didn't have the internet. And so it was like, I was constantly waiting for my phone to get online. I was constantly waiting to kind of access the internet, and it just kind of seemed very fitting to not actually have the painted result. You know, I didn't want to give the finished painting, I just wanted to paint the loading, I wanted to paint the waiting. I prefer just to call it art. I don't like the label street artist. As a grown-up, I prefer to be called an artist. I've got lots of half-done projects and half-created ideas in my studio, and this is one that I am spending a bit of time on today. I've always preferred to remain anonymous. Growing up in graffiti culture, this was a culture that wasn't about you as an individual, it was about what you put out there. It was about an identity that you created rather than one of yourself. Whatever I do in the future may not be as big, but then size isn't everything. I'm very excited at the moment. I'm in a very exciting place creatively, and I've got a lot of kind of avenues I want to explore with how we experience and share this art form.